Hello there and welcome to a brand new episode of Hala Kuwait. My name is Tarek Aleryan and we're coming to you live from the Ministry of Information Studios right here in downtown Kuwait. And I hope everyone out there is having a great evening wherever you may be watching tonight's episode. Tonight I'm joined by my colleague Duaij. Good evening, Duaij.
Good evening, Tarek. Thank you so much. That was quite beautiful introduction. Welcome, dear viewers, to Hala Kuwait. Tonight, we are thrilled to introduce two incredible guests making waves in their respective fields. First, we have Anoud AlKhalfan, a talented doll maker whose craft has captured hearts with her skill and creativity. Stay tuned.
That's right. Art is very powerful vision. Let's not keep our guests waiting. Very shortly, Duaij will be joined by our first guest, which we will be interviewing. We'll have an interesting talk with our first guest, Anoud AlKhalfan, coming up very shortly after this short report. So stay with us now about this report about Anoud AlKhalfan. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for the next guest.
Tonight on Hala Kuwait, we're delighted to welcome a unique talent, Anoud AlKhalfan, a skilled and passionate doll maker whose art has captured the imagination of many. Anoud isn't just any artist, she's someone who has turned doll making into both a craft and a form of expression. Through her intricate work, she's creating pieces that are not only beautiful, but deeply meaningful to the people who connect with them. Anoud has been fascinated by the art of creating dolls. She spent years refining her techniques, each doll crafted with care, from the smallest facial expressions to the detailed stitching of clothing. Her creations are more than just dolls. They tell stories, evoke emotions, and are cherished by their owners. In her own way, she's building connections through her craft, giving people something tangible that resonates with them. However, Anoud's work goes beyond artistry. She believes doll making has benefits that this hands-on craft can be incredibly rewarding, helping people develop patience, creativity, and focus. She'll be sharing with us how this process works and why it's a skill worth learning, whether as a serious hobby or even as a fun activity. She'll also discuss the challenges involved in doll making, from mastering the basics to developing advanced techniques. So stay tuned as we uncover the world of doll making with Anoud AlKhalfan. She'll be showing us not only the beauty of her craft, but also how anyone can benefit from learning a skill that is as fulfilling as it is creative.
Welcome back to the studio, dear viewers. And of course, we would like to welcome our first guest of the day, Anoud AlKhalfan. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So basically, I'm thrilled and excited to get to know more about your journey in making dolls. I mean, this is kind of interesting. So basically, tell us about your journey and also what inspired you to start in this.
Sure. My journey in doll making started as a childhood fascination with art and creativity. As I grow up, I have explored this passion, experimenting materials and doing more techniques. I find out doing unique dolls, it's giving me it's fulfilling, you know. So as for inspiration, I got the inspiration from heritage of our Kuwaiti culture.
All right.
Yeah, as in doll making back then.
That's nice. So you were inspired by the culture of Kuwait and all these kind of things. And of course, it was a childhood dream, as you, we could say.
Yes,
yeah?
It was a dream, yeah.
All right, fair enough. So now you mentioned something about techniques, right? So I guess there has to be some techniques you prefer to create your dolls, and also are specific steps or tools that make the process unique. This is interesting. Let's talk about this.
Well, about the techniques, I've been using so many techniques since then, but I'm famous with one technique. It's called needling, and it means I'm using the needle to sculpt doing the doll, as inserting the needle very carefully into the doll, shaping the eyes and then the features of the face overall, cheeks, lips, and also some part of the body. And yeah, that kind of techniques, it's giving me, it's giving depth to the character, and giving the doll unique touches and lifelike personality.
Nice. So you start everything with the needles
Yes,
from scratch to the end.
right.
So what other techniques is there, like other than the using the needles?
This is what I'm famous with, but other techniques, it depends on the client, let's say client request. Depends on the materials, and that kind of, it depends on
It
personality.
depends.
Yes, it
Alright.
depends on whatever requests from the clients.
All right, fair enough. All right, let's jump to how long does it typically takes to complete one doll, and how detailed do you get with each piece? So definitely using a needle, it could take a lot of time, I'm assuming. So you
Definitely.
tell me.
It depends, like I said, and typically it takes sometimes a couple of days, couple of weeks. It depends on, like I said,
Maybe
the
on the
client.
size?
On the size and also the requests, because I always focus on the details of the doll and what I aim for the quality for sure. And to start with the, let's say, from the style, from the way it looks, the doll, and from the features. So the more I focus on this kind of features, the longer it takes. So it's also about the design.
Also
The-
coloring? You do
Yes,
coloring as
I
well?
do coloring. The more interact with the design, like let's say, the longer it takes. And as I said, I aim for the quality overall.
That's really interesting and nice. So how can doll making be beneficial for people, whether for self-expression or as a craft, I would say?
Definitely, doll making, it's a great self-expression, as they can express their emotions, their feelings through the doll, the way they're making, and engaging hand activities. Let's say it's like a therapeutic, like a therapy, you know.
Therapy for the person.
Yes,
that
for the
they
person.
enjoy what
Yes,
they do.
it's like reduce the stress. It's giving you relax because it will make you focus on the task on hand. So that kind of relaxation comes from, and it boosts your creativity, develop some skills in drawings and focusing and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a way of
fulfilling.
distraction.
Yes, it's fulfilling experience overall.
Nice, but there is something about having a very first doll, right? So I guess, do you have a specific favorite one, or maybe when did you craft or create your own first doll? I'm interested in that.
Honestly, each doll is unique, and I love all of my dolls because each doll carries pieces of my stories in each doll.
There's a story behind each
doll.
doll.
Each doll carries piece of my story that I would love to share with others.
Oh, wow, that's very beautiful.
Thank you.
So definitely everything has got some challenges, right? So challenges do, what kind of challenges do beginners face when they learn how to craft a doll? Is there like a particular skill that takes the longest to develop? Is there something that they need to know beforehand?
Overall, beginners always have to face this kind of challenge as mastering some techniques and choosing the materials, because this kind of thing for the beginners they want to reach a level of mastering the technique and giving details to the doll. So they face this kind of challenge. They want to reach it right now. So everything needs some patience, and it's all about practice. This is the key. Patience and practice are the key, and with time it's going to be easier for sure.
And how can they decide which material to pick? Do you give them recommendations?
I always give options, and it depends how they feel. It's like a joyful experience when you do the doll. So I always give them so many options, so they do whatever they feel to do.
So they enjoy it the
Right.
most, right?
It's all about joy.
Definitely, 100%. So do you think anyone can learn to make dolls, or does it require a certain skill or set to be artistic?
Yeah, for sure, anyone can learn how to make a doll, because it's all about how you feel, to express yourself, and the way, because each one of us has their own style and their way of taste. So yeah, anyone can learn how to make dolls. It's all about having the will of practice and learning stuff, and you will be there.
All right, so it needs practice.
It
This
needs
is as far
practice.
as I know from
Of
you right now,
course.
because I can't draw a stick man, so this would be a very difficult task for me.
That would be like a great thing to have a artistic background, but no, not necessarily.
All right.
So yeah,
All right, fair enough. Now I can know that I can craft my own dolls in the future.
definitely.
All right, so in what ways do you see doll making impacting your students or those who try to make dolls for themselves?
Of course, it will boost their creativity and confidence, since it's all about self-expression, expressing their emotions, their feeling through their creations. And also, when you get ready with your doll, it will give you the sense of achievement. So yeah, that's how it goes so far.
And I think because it takes a lot of time to craft, it's going to be precious for everyone who
Of course.
created. And again, it will make, it will leave a story and an impact as well.
Yes, piece of my story is in each doll with
Yes.
everyone.
That's the good part of it. So finally, are there any tips you would share with someone interested in starting doll making as a hobby or even a career?
Of course, like I've said, practice, practice, practice. And also don't have a fear to experiment different materials, different techniques. And it's just enjoy. It's a fulfilling experience. And of course, take more classes with me.
All right, definitely. You heard Anoud. Well, thank you so much for being part of this lovely interview this evening on Hala Kuwait. We're so happy to have you here with us. So basically, yep, that was the end. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, dear viewers. So right now we are going to take a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be back. All right, welcome back, dear viewers. And that was a lovely interview with Anoud AlKhalfan. It was interesting knowing that anyone can craft a doll, and obviously, when it takes a lot of time to create something, it will leave an impact or maybe a precious memory in everyone's heart once they create it. So I mentioned.
Yeah, I watched that interview. It was very fascinating.
Yes.
And you could feel how passionate she was about what she's doing. And really, it was a very interesting interview. It's nice to see all the nice variety that we have right here on Hala Kuwait, right here on KTV2, the family channel, your favorite local program, right here on KTV2. And I have to say, Duaij, we've had a lot of great things going on tonight. Some distinguished guests, as well as some amazing reports this evening. The camera crew have been very busy this evening.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and definitely today was a beautiful episode of Hala Kuwait.
It was amazing.
100%, we enjoyed every bit of it. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's episode of Hala Kuwait. A big thank you to our guests, Anoud AlKhalfan, and for sharing their stories and expertise with us.
That's true, Duaij. It was amazing, and Anoud, you've shown us the beauty and joy of doll making and the dedication it takes to perfect that craft. And with that, we come to the conclusion of tonight's episode. I hope you enjoyed all that we brought to you on tonight's program. Make sure to enjoy the rest of the viewing tonight and all throughout the week right here on KTV2, the family channel. Before I leave you, myself and my colleague Duaij, make sure to take care of yourselves and each other, and let's always remember to respect one another. Have a nice evening, and good night for now.
Good night.